Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. Here we go on ESPN. We'll get a look at that guy that plays football the old-fashioned way. 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Owner of 2 Super Bowl rings, Antoine Smith takes the field here. Giants, Bengals. Next! Football.
The fans are finding their way to their seats, those who really own those seats, as we get set to begin this exciting game. Hi, I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to Paul Brown Stadium. Mr. Football, Peter O'Keefe, is here with me, and Peter, both of these coaches like to do things the same way.
Well, very similar style, Dan.
Marvin Lewis is a coach who likes to pick apart the opposing defense with a lot of passes. He wants to force them to cover the whole field and then find the gaps in the coverage. Coach Coughlin coaches in a similar mold. His offense will generally have...
We're ready. Bryant kicks it off to begin the game. Number 81 downs this in the air. Johnson has his number called on second down and will gain close to 6. Rips him down in the backfield, and that takes them even farther away from the markers. Farmer picks up 6 on the play, and Manning makes the throw after the play action fake, and the reception's made at the 39. Hilliard catches this one, and he's looking for room. 5, and touchdown.
Yeah, I know. I'm the man.
Eli Manning throws right past the coverage and into his receiver's hands. Nice throw.
Peter, he'll add a touchdown to his 31-yard line. Johnson punches this one left of center and chews up about... Johnson grabs the fastball over the middle, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more.
Coordinator.
And it will be a first down. Johnson gets the handoff and searches for a hole. Johnson catches the hard throw and gets past the markers for a first down.
Great execution.
Kitna zips it to the left sideline, and it's caught at the 32. Chased down at the 22. Washington hauls it in right side, and that's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Bengals.
One guy on him, and he beats him easily. Even with my few extra pounds, I think I could have done a better job covering him.
Toomer makes the catch out to the left and is at the 45. Finally dropped at the 35. That will bring... Toomer catches the bullet out left, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more. Barber takes his 4th carry of the game and heads wide right, crosses the field, tackled at the 6. Barber chews up 4 yards, and that brings up 3rd down. Manning floats this one to the end zone, and it's caught for the score.
Amani Toomer is matched up well with the defense on this one, but is able to stay 1 step ahead for the completion. It's worth another look here. Oh yeah, the D might want to put more men on him next time.
That's his... Johnson makes it for his 5th carry and will gain close to 6. Chobo catches it in the flat and tries to get free. Pushed out.
Easily loaded up on DBs.
Kitna lofts this one out to the left, and it's caught at the 31, 15. He's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Kelly Washington is going to make the catch. Right there, but that's only the beginning. Look at him chew up the yardage.
That was the first time they even looked long in this game. Gets all of his arm into this pass, and it's complete at the 44. The Giants. Catches it left sideline, and that's... Manning zings it to the right side, and the reception is made past... Shockey grabs the rope right side and gets past the mark. Hilliard snags the dart right sideline. Toomer catches it over the middle, and he's in for the score.
Come on, give it up.
Eli Manning throws right past the coverage and into his receiver's hands. Nice throw.
And now there's Chuck Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
Okay, Dana, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. The Bengals, therefore, find themselves in a tight ball game. Anything can happen in the second half. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Ike Hilliard ran a terrific route here and was able to pull this one in. A 33-yard touchdown for the Giants. The Giants get the first points of the game and go up by 7. The Bengals, towards the end of the first quarter, the Bengals with possession at the 22-yard line. John Kitna would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. A 22-yard touchdown for the Bengals. The Giants answering right back, game tied, 7-all. Well-dressed Amani Toomer found a soft spot on the defense and it worked to his advantage. The Bengals late in the second quarter, Kelly Washington came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. A 57-yard touchdown for the Bengals. Game tied, 14-all. Eli Manning would find his target on this one. A 17-yard touchdown for the Giants. And that's where we'll leave this one. Bengals are down, but still in it, 21-14. Today's halftime hero has turned in an incredible performance thus far. Well-dressed Amani Toomer has been unstoppable. So that'll do
what
it.
they do in this half. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Susie. Barber gains 5 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Shockey makes the catch on the right sideline, and they get the first. Barber will lose 4 on the play. Hilliard pitches the heater left sideline, and he's just barely past the markers. They couldn't connect on this one. Incomplete.
To a nickel package.
Manning throws a bullet, and it's off. Incomplete. Fields takes the snap and aims this one for the corner. This will pin them deep as it flies out of bounds at the 6. Allen tips it away on the coverage. Incomplete. Kitna uncorks this to the left sideline, and the ball's caught at the 27, hunted down at the 33. Johnson goes right up the middle and will gain close to 6.
Rudy Johnson.
Johnson gains 3 yards, and that will bring up third down. Johnson carries it for a 3rd time in a row and takes it upfield, brought down at the 40. Slides down at the 47. Johnson gains 3 yards, and that brings up third. Kitna zips it to the left sideline, and it's tipped. Incomplete.
Short situations. 4th down. Defenses love to hear that from the refs.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Giants are out in front, 21 to... Clemens. Manning rifles this one hard over the middle, and the reception is made for a 1st and more. 30, brought down hard at the 24. That will bring up 1st down. Barber gets the call on third down. The Bengals take their Bryant with the 41-yard attempt and barely misses this one off to the right. 3. Kelly catches it in the flat, and the Bengals. Johnson makes the nice catch and is at the... Kitna rifles it out left side, and it's caught at the... Johnson will get the carry on second down and heads wide right. Warwick, the Bengals take a timeout. That's their final one. Kitna gets some air under this pass, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Intercepted. Tackled at the 3. Giants come out on top, 21-14. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, gang, great work as always. And with that, we welcome everybody back to the ESPN studios for our ESPN Video Games postgame show. I'm Chris Berman. The Giants stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Eli Manning connected with his man on this one. John Kitna would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. Giants up by 7. Jeremy Shockey emerged as a real weapon as he pulled one in here. The Bengals back on offense after a missed field goal. Nick Greason shows some great awareness here as he gets himself into position to pick this one off. And that's where we'll leave this one. Giants edge out a win, 21-14. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his depth passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. Eli Manning is on the sidelines with Susie Colbert. Susie?
Thanks, Chris. You showed your mettle, and you won a close game today. What gave you guys the edge today?
Man, defensively, our DBs did a great job today. They did well on coverage and providing good run support. This is really a good game for them.
Back to you, Chris.
Well, that just about... I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Texans come away with a 7-point win. The Dolphins lost this one, but will stay at number 3 in the AFC East. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Bears win their 5th game of the season. Deshae Townsend stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Giants, Bengals. Teams. Kelly Washington came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. The Giants go on to win this by the final score of 21-14. Terrell Owens pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Eagles beat the Rams. At the home of the Indy 500, we had the Colts race away with a 25-point win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Albert Hainsworth might be the biggest loss on this list. He's suffering from a stress fracture in his foot, and he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Corey Hall will be on the sidelines for a while, so this defense will need to do some reshuffling in his absence. A hyperextended elbow will keep him out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. LaDainian Tomlinson is going to find himself in street clothes for the time being, and that'll be a major blow to this club. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
Broncos, Titans. Summaries shake, rattle, and roll. Set to receive the kick at his own 20. Actually will be inside his 20. It's at the 19. Gets a little wall to the right with a spin move. Now goes back down the left-hand side. And they're sleeping on defense. He could go all the way. 81 yards. The Titans win this one by the final score of 33-24. Down in Tampa, we had the Buccaneers get buried by 19 points. The Raiders' defense pummeled their way to 5 sacks in their win at Arrowhead Stadium. The Bills won on the road and will now head home to meet the Steelers. Patriots, Jets. Corey Dillon is in his own territory, would like to get his team out to the midfield stripe. Takes the pitch, goes off right tackle, bursts through the hole. Look at him go! The 20, the 10, touchdown! 62 yards! The Patriots go on to win this by the final score of 21-14. The Cowboys won this contest and will now move to second place in the NFC East. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Seahawks win their 10th game of the season. Brian Williams stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. And in our final game, we had the Saints come away victorious. So let's change things up a bit and turn to a guy that's had his eye on the college game, and that's our own Mel Kiper Jr. He joins us now. Mel, your work never ends, I know. Believe me, I know better than anybody else. But it's never too early to start thinking about next year's draft, is it?
Well, you're absolutely right. And with the college bowl season upon us, a lot of guys view their upcoming bowl game as more or less an open audition for NFL scouts everywhere. Paul is a guy, for starters, that I think truly has very few negatives in his game right now. 6'5", 302 out of UT Chattanooga. And he's a guy with a great first move off the ball. His technique, I really believe, is what sets him apart from the others. He's got a great natural ability to shed blockers and is a real tactician when it comes to rushing the quarterback. Matthews is another guy that scouts are keeping a close watch on. He has the quick feet that are necessary for a pulling guard in today's game, but he also has the strength and toughness to finish his blocks. So that'll do it for now, but expect there to be plenty happening between now and April.
Yes, indeed. Just 1 week to go, and the playoff picture's starting to take shape. But still some areas that'll need to be cleared up next weekend. We'll start with a look at the AFC playoff picture. And now, checking things out over in the NFC playoff race. So that's how we stand to this point. Still lots of jockeying left to go as we get this thing sorted out for January. And that'll do it from here. Chris, let's send it back over to you.
And that'll do it here for Pivotal Week 16. As always, plenty of surprises to go around and plenty of intrigue still to come. My primetime players each took his team to the next level, and each is going to take home a game ball. Great work, fellas. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.